Throne is the new most powerful card in the game, and this will be a quick guide on how to use it. Now, I structured this guide to have the most useful information at the start with some frequently asked questions at the end. So, Throne is a brand new power card, and in order to maximize its use, we need to maximize the buff it gives us Pure Passion, Heirs to the Throne, in order to maximize our stats. This unique status lets us rainbow train with Throne on any training it lands on. Because it has 35% friendship bonus, this is useful for fixing our stats because we can just use it on any training in the game. The best time to do this is during summer year 3, as we have more times to gather resources in order to get the most out of the card. Since it lasts 3 to 5 turns on average, we need to do this right before summer in order to cover all of the trainings. This means that the final day, number 5, we need to start the turn before year 3 summer starts. So this is just completely locked in and we can't change it. The first 4 dates can be used anytime you want, though ideally you've used the first 3 before the start of third year to give you a lot more flexibility on what you're doing with your training turns. And that's the basics of how you want to use the card. We'll be getting into some more aspects in the rest of the video. There are 2 other ways to trigger Pure Passion Heirs to the Throne. One has a prerequisite and it's really easy to achieve. We just need to train with Throne once, ideally in the pre-debut, God forbid that you don't, and this will give us the chance to trigger an event which unlocks recreation. This also will give you the buff Pure Passion. However, since this happens so early on, the training you're going to get from it isn't going to be very strong at all, so you don't really need to worry about it. You just need to focus on raising your friendship. You can also just trigger this anytime you train with Throne and you don't have the buff after you have triggered the buff for the first time. It can be a little bit nice late game to trigger this and you get some extra stats. It's very, very nice. In use with Rico and Team Sirius, it is possible to include another pal or group card with this. Just be wary that it's going to reduce the amount of turns that you have to raise your friendship with your other cards, and that's kind of difficult. It can glue your runs, and you also need to be hitting recreation events with multiple cards before the end of year 1 in order to make sure you're maxing all of your stats with them. Using Rico with this card will give you very balanced stats because Throne gives you speed and wit, Rico gives you stamina and guts, so you just need some way to raise your power. Ideally, if you're going to use Rico, use one that has 10 race bonus or higher, so you are getting maximum skill points and stats from races. The free Team Sirius card, you can use this with Throne. You don't necessarily need to. This card isn't that strong, but there is a preset race route you can take. It just basically turns the game into a flowchart, so you don't even need to think about what you're doing. The strategy is the same. You just use these cards before summer year 3. You get both of their pure passions at the same time during one summer, so that you just get massive amounts of stats. And that is the basics. Now, you shouldn't pull on this card. It's not going to last a very long time. In Grand Live, it's going to fall off massively because we're going to be using Light Hello due to scenario mechanics. And the next group card absolutely mogs this. Free Goddesses. It's just going to blow us out the water. So just save your carrots for those important banners instead.